Welcome to Your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored this week by 4i, the leader in insights and analytics transformation. Big data. Big data. Big data. I understand if you're just plain tired of hearing about it, I sometimes am too. But here's a refreshing thought. When it comes to big data, is less more? That happens to be the opinion of Eric Bradlow and Peter Fader, professors of marketing and co-directors of the Wharton School's Customer Analytics Initiative. Their research, they told Forbes' Steve Olensky, shows brands and companies on a quote-unquote data diet don't necessarily lose much customer insights because limited customer data in conjunction with aggregate information can still provide precise insights. So what's a data diet? The professors say it's the data that companies need to stay competitive. You use what you need for forecasting and you ditch everything else, they say. One final thought about less data from Professor Fader, quote, most sensitive data is worthless, and firms are often making mistakes to try and collect it and to use it. Now it's time for 2 Minutes with one of the sharpest research minds in the RBDR contributor arsenal, none other than Kelley Styring of InsightFarm. Her subject today is overcoming researchers' self-imposed obstacles to creativity. You think you're not guilty of that? Think again, are you sure?
I'm Kelley Styring from InsightFarm, and this is my 2 minutes. I want to talk with you today about creativity and market research. I'm a strong believer that creativity and innovation is how we'll continue to grow, and also how we'll blunt the forces from outside that are taking our business, like technology startups and consulting firms. I think all of these industries are terribly creative, and that's what makes them attractive to our clients. So why is it that we sometimes have so much resistance from not only our clients, but within our own community around innovation and creativity? Well, I think there's an expectation on the part of our clients and our customers that what we will provide is reliable and consistent information that helps them make decisions. But I also think at the same time it's incumbent upon us to inspire them as well, and oftentimes that comes with creative approaches. So how do we start to meet the needs of our own community to remain our equity in terms of reliable, consistent results and be creative enough to satisfy those emerging needs as they happen? Well, I think there are 3 different ways that we can do that. The first is integration. So sometimes when I come to my clients with a startling new idea or what seems new to them, like emotional measurement or neuroscience, they'll often accept that more readily if I integrate it into something more comfortable and familiar. So in a recent package test where I wanted to use emotional measurement, I integrated it within a system that they already knew how to interpret, so that this looked like incremental learning, when really what it did was provide them an incredibly valuable tool and new insights they'd never had before. But they would have resisted me had it not been wrapped in that comfortable, familiar blanket, so to speak. The second thing that we can do is pilot. So I have collaborated in the past with many of my clients to pilot brand new techniques and shared the risk and shared the expense. Probably the most notable was in the initial days of Twitter. I created a tool with CNR Research as a partnership, and Wrigley was our sponsor for the pilot, and we did a project where we did massive Twitter sampling and Twitter coding to try to get an early lead on consumer social media, which we didn't even call it that at the time. So no one really wanted to endeavor to do this type of research at their own expense. By creating a 3-way collaboration, we were able to provide some very insightful information. We then were able to share that with other clients as well. And then the third thing is just to kind of go for it on your own. So I've published a couple of books. My first was In Your Purse, Archaeology of the American Handbag, which at that time was such a kind of weird and wonderful idea that I just went ahead and did it myself. So it was a self-funded piece of research. When I followed that up 2 years later with In Your Car, Road Trip Through the American Automobile, I had a pre-subscribed base of clients before we left the driveway to actually do the research. So by going it on my own, I was able to prove the veracity of my techniques, the soundness of my ideas, and the value to potential future clients. So again, I am a strong advocate for creativity and market research. I do think there's a time and a place for it, and I think it helps to grow our business, blunt the threats of competition coming from outside of our industry, and I think there are many different ways to approach it if we think about that creatively as well.
Kelley would like your feedback, and as she likes to say, she'll take it 24 hours a day because she's open 24 hours a day, just like Denny's. You can email her at kelley.styring@insightfarm.com. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by 4i, the leader in insights and analytics transformation. There are 4i testimonials reachable via a link below this video, so please check them out. In the meantime, have a great research day, and we'll see you all here tomorrow.